Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for a bit of a fun one for Christmas Eve. We are going to be reacting to the predictions I made for the Christmas Day Championship table. Now, obviously, it would look slightly different if we hadn't had the cancellations we'd had recently. But look, predictions are predictions, and we've got to roll with them. You guys love predictions, and you love when I get it wrong as well. So we're going to have a little look. So it was the start of November, the international break. I looked at the table and I said higher, lower, or neither, whichever way you like to say that word. So let's go through each and every team and see how well I did. And in particularly, because I know you guys like it, which one surprised me and maybe surprised you as well. Who was top at the start of November?
I'm going to project that Bournemouth will be lower at Christmas, but calm down, Bournemouth fans. They could still be miles ahead of particularly fourth place.
Well, I mean, I've nailed it, haven't I, on that one? I said Bournemouth were top. I said they'd be lower, but they'd probably still be ahead. I was right that they were lower. To be honest, I was wrong that they'd still be way ahead because obviously the form's not been good. And Blackburn and West Brom have caught up. But we're 1 for 1. Bournemouth were lower. Who was second?
I am projecting they are going to do just that. Fulham to go higher, which means I expect Fulham to be top on Christmas Day.
Come on, 2 for 2. Fulham to be top on Christmas Day. We could see them in the slipstream of Bournemouth at that point. Above them, they went. We are 2 for 2. Who was third?
I will be saying neither. Higher or lower for West Brom. We think they may well be exactly where they are in terms of the table. Will they be closer in terms of the 6 points? Who knows? You tell me.
This is obviously all Blackburn's fault, but I've got it wrong. Blackburn have come screaming on through in between them. I expected West Brom to still be third. They've dropped down to fourth. Blame Blackburn, everybody. Right, we're 2 for 1 now. Incorrect there. Who was fourth?
I'm going to predict Coventry may well be lower than fourth place by Christmas, mainly based on the position and the average opponent that they've got coming up.
There we go. It was a difficult run of games for Coventry. They were fourth. I said they'd be lower. They've dropped to eighth. We thought regression to the mean was coming for Coventry. They were doing so well to be fourth. I'm not happy about it because obviously it was nice to see Coventry up there pushing hard, but it was going to be hard to keep up that momentum. So we are correct, and we are 3 for 1 now as we find out who was fifth place and what I said about them.
I'm going to suggest they may be higher in the table by Christmas, and we've said Coventry have got a difficult run. There's only a 2-point gap there. Would that be enough for the two to swap?
We've got that one wrong, haven't we? I thought Stoke were going to be moving up from their fifth place spot. They've dropped down to sixth. They did get a little bit of a squidgy run. Can we blame some injuries? They're still really, really close. They're essentially one game away from... no, actually, they wouldn't have been higher, to be fair. We'll just have to accept badly wrong on that one. But Stoke's still around it. But we're 3 for 2 now. Let's find out who was sixth.
I'm going to go with the eyes, and I'm not going to project QPR to drop down any places. I'm going to say neither. I think they might well still be sixth at Christmas Day.
Do you know what? That's annoying. I said QPR will still be sixth. They're fifth on goal difference, basically. So I'm very, very close, but no cigar there. QPR are fifth. So they've actually gone higher, and I said neither. So well done, QPR. Fobbed me off there. This is going to be a fun one because here come Blackburn. I think you know where this is going.
I think there's not too much margin for error for Blackburn in terms of maintaining, and I think we might get a few teams below them as we're about to go on that might push them.
It's all falling apart. That's 3 correct and 4 wrong. But come on. Any wise guys, who expected Blackburn from that point to pretty much just win every week, which they have? Blackburn have moved up from 7th to third. They are our biggest surprise. And you just have to say, well done, fair play. And why is it going so wrong here? Let's see if we can get a few more correct answers going.
Do you believe the opponent form is enough? I wonder. I'm saying they will be lower.
Good. We've got it back to parity. Huddersfield were 8th. I said they'd be lower. They're now 10th. There was a bit of a sense with Coventry and Huddersfield that they'd had really, really good starts and they were punching and there was just going to be a little drop off. Only 2 places, so fair dues to Huddersfield. But we're back in the game. That is 4 and 4. And it was Millwall who were 9th. But what did I say?
So I'm going to say neither higher or lower. All seems to be edging out exactly where it is.
Annoying. I said neither. And they've dropped down from, 9th to 12th. I thought they'd be exactly where they were. I could blame postponements, but that's just lying, frankly. They've just dropped off slightly. Millwall, I was wrong. And they're lower. And I'm behind again. 4 for 5 now. 4 correct, 5 incorrect. What about Blackpool, who were 10th at that point? Did I say higher or lower?
And I'm going to agree with many of those numbers, or, well, apart from that form table, which does have them 8th. I project Blackpool probably only be 1 or 2 places. Might well still be in the top half. But I think they might be lower.
Yeah, we were all set for that, weren't we? Blackpool was an overperformance. I think that was the peak of their season. They did superbly, didn't they? To be up there in that top 10. And we thought there might be a little fall off. To be honest, they'd be much like, I think they were 16th before the last round and they won, obviously, in a quiet week. They're now 13th. So lower for Blackpool makes some sense. And we got that one correct. We're 5 for 5. 5 correct, 5 wrong. Let's talk about Luton Town, who were 11th. I'm a bit worried about this one.
I'm going to suggest that Luton will be slightly higher. I'm not expecting a huge bomb up the table, but we'll project them to go up by Christmas Day from 11th.
Oh, I'm going to quote Joe Biden. Oh, come on, man. I keep getting them wrong, don't I? So we're behind again. 6 wrong, 5 correct. I thought Luton were going to make up that XG, start scoring the goals, move up the table. They're 14th. They were 11th. I'd say they'd go higher. They've gone lower. Right. Come on. Let's fight this back. We're 5 correct, 6 incorrect. What did I say about Swansea, who were 12th, but trending up at the time?
So let's project Swansea to be going higher in the table by Christmas Day.
It's all going wrong. It's all going really wrong. Look, Swansea were all pushing up nicely, weren't they? Honestly, I thought they'd be in the top 10 by now, but they kind of went up and tailed off again. I don't know, are we going to get a push back? Down in 16th now, Swansea. So as their run unravelled, so is mine. 5 correct, 7 wrong. Help me, guys. It's all going wrong. Right, surely now, Nottingham Forest in 13th at the time. Surely I got this one right.
Cooper continuation I've written at the bottom. I think so. So I've got Forest to be somewhere in the top half as we get to Christmas.
A Cooper continuation. God bless Steve Cooper, everyone. We thought the run was coming for Forest. To be fair, it's been a little bit steeper than I thought. They're up in 7th. God, they could be in the top 6 after the Boxing Day rounds, COVID permitting and all of that. So they've gone up 6 places. I said they'd be higher. I thought they'd maybe 9, 10, 11 or something, but they've proved me right. And we are 6 correct now, 7 incorrect. And I got my fingers crossed for this one because it was Boro, who were also, I think they'd just hired Chris Wilder. Let's see what I said.
So, despite the tricky run, Chris Wilder coming in at a fairly low starting point, I'll have Boro going higher.
Yeah, it was I'll give myself that one. It was a low starting point, wasn't it? Boro in 14th. They're now up to 9th. We thought it was coming under Boro. There has been a pretty sort of 10 points in the last 4 games. So they've moved up 5 places. And I've got the last 2 right, which means we're now 7 correct, 7 wrong. It's a Christmas miracle, everybody. But what did I say about Birmingham City, who were 15th?
From a fairly low base position there of 15th, I think they will be higher.
Nah, got it wrong again, didn't I? I thought Birmingham, I thought 15th was low for them, but they've actually dropped another 2 down to 17. So the inconsistency keeps rearing its head at Birmingham. And so does mine. 7 correct, 8 wrong. See if you can keep score. I don't know if anyone commented at the time. I think a few of you did. Let me know how yours stacked up. I need to fight this back. Now, this one, I need to say, it's Reading and it's before the points deduction. And we thought there would be one coming. So I'll admit that.
Do we think there's a deduction coming? In which place that will very much likely pop them lower in the table. So I'll go all in on lower.
Yeah, we've been keeping our ear to the ground. We knew that Reading, there was something coming down the pipe, probably before Christmas. 6-point deduction. So Reading is a pretty big drop, isn't it? 16th. They're now 21st, but there's 6 points taken off. So we knew that was coming. We are 8 for 8. It's all very dramatic, this, isn't it? It feels like one of those TV shows where they vote and it's always exactly the same. I wonder why that is, hey? Let's talk about Preston. And again, complete transparency. We're still in McAvoy managerial tenure here. We don't know that Ryan Lowe is coming.
I think it adds up into Preston moving slightly up the table.
So look, I've got them going higher. So that's good. 9 correct, 8 incorrect. My reasoning's a bit wishy-washy. I was just looking at the opponents. Obviously, what's happened is there's been inconsistency. They've won a couple of games, but then they've changed the manager. To be fair, he's only had one game, hasn't he? So maybe my initial thinking stands. But we were right. Preston higher up. Surely I'm going to get this one right. Sheffield United were 18th. Did I say higher or lower?
But there's surely enough to say, with those metrics and the squad and all of that, that they'll at least go one place higher than 18th by Christmas, won't they?
Well, they went more than one place higher. They've gone 7 places higher. But it's that word surely again with that squad. It's the least they should be is moving up from 18 to 17. And we were right. And another manager gone. Jukanovic would have been there at the start of November. Now gone. Right. We're pushing out into the distance now. 10 correct, 8 wrong. What are we going to say about Bristol City, who were 19th at the start of November?
I'm going to project Bristol City to be lower than 19th. I'm not entirely sure they'll be in the relegation zone.
Wrong. They've gone up a place. I mean, perhaps what's going on below them and the Reading points deduction, maybe I should have factored it in for Reading. I didn't factor it in for Bristol City. Maybe that has given it a little push. They did have that little run at home as well. But Bristol City proving me wrong. So we're now 10 correct and 9 incorrect. Who's next? We've got to talk about Cardiff City, who were, where were they? Oh, it will tell us 20th. Did I say higher?
I'm going to say because of that 4-point gap that it all evens itself out. I think they'll be closer. However, I'm going to say neither.
Well, I've nailed that. I said neither. They're still 20th, and I said the gap would be closer. So, yeah, the gap is down to 1 point up to 19th. Okay, maybe we didn't reckon Hull having quite a ridiculous run that they have. That stopped Cardiff going up. But I'll take a neither. That's far more specific than a higher or lower. And we are 11 for 9, and there's only 21, 22, 23. There's only 4 to go. So I think if I get the next one right, we're home and hosed, and we're going to get more correct than not. What is it going to be? Peterborough, who were 21st at the time. Did I say higher or lower?
I think Peterborough might drop a position.
Yes, I'm sure I gave lots of detailed reasoning there. But Peterborough have dropped a position. They've dropped down into the relegation zone. Obviously, talk about Hull in a minute. This is due to Hull powering out and leaving Peterborough and Barnsley down there with Derby County. So we're looking good now, guys. 12 correct, 9 wrong, only 3 to go. And I think I'm not going to get the bottom one wrong because they were miles behind of a points deduction. So I think we're home and hosed, the Christmas miracle. Let's talk about Hull. Did I think they were going to go higher from 22nd as they have done? Let's find out.
Given that run of games they've got, I am projecting that Hull will be higher.
Perfect. That's why we do it. We analyse the games. We say, has a team had a hard run? Are they getting an easy run? Buff, can they win some games? Yes. Obviously, I don't think anybody, I can't be as bold as to say it was four wins and 2 draws in a row, but we thought the run of games got easier, and it did. And Hull have gone up the table. They've gone up quite spectacularly, actually, from 22nd up to 19th. You think, oh, that's only 3 places. When you're down the bottom there, 3 places is spectacular, given the snail racing speeds that go on down there. We are 13 for 9, and this is really moving in the right direction here. Barnsley were 23rd. What did I say?
So I'm going to say neither. And Barnsley will be right where they are now.
Right. Again, we're 14 for 9. I'm stretching out now into the distance. Poyerasbagi had not been appointed by that time. I have looked it up. But it just looked like it was settling with the bottom 2 and the movement was going to be around them. And you knew that a manager was going to take a few games to settle. That's been the case. We knew that Barnsley were probably not going to drop down. So neither was correct. This is an impressive total now. I think you'll agree. 14 correct, 9 incorrect. And I think we're going to get Derby right, aren't we, with the points deduction? Let's see what I said anyway.
So it's not a very big stretch for me to say neither.
Yeah, I mean, that's blindingly obvious. I did watch back, and they hadn't had the second points deduction at that point, but we thought that was coming as well. To be honest, my speculation was that that would come after a takeover, and it came before any takeover, still with the administrators. And we are correct. So I'm pretty happy with that. 15 and 9. 16 and 8 would have been better, wouldn't it? 2 correct for every 1 incorrect. So I suppose these are the ones you want to know. Which teams surprised me and went the opposite direction? West Brom did. I thought they would stay the course in 3rd. They dropped a place. Blame Blackburn. Stoke, I got wrong. I thought they were going to move up above where Coventry were, to be fair. And I thought QPR were going to follow. I thought QPR were going to stick, and they've moved up. So just got those 2 the wrong way around, QPR and Stoke. Blackburn, obviously, yeah. I think most of us would have got that one wrong. To be fair, I'm sure some people would have said higher, but they were 7th at the time, and the playoffs looked crowded, but they've zipped right through them. So fair play, Blackburn. Millwall, I got incorrect. I thought they would have a little manoeuvre up. They've gone down. Same with Luton. Same with Swansea as well. So a bit of a surprise on all 3 of those teams, Millwall, Luton and Swansea. We kind of look at them all as pretty well-run clubs that we expect. Swansea a little bit more because they've been in the playoffs, but particularly Millwall and Luton, we expect to punch their weight and fight their way towards 12, 11, 10. They probably will in the long term. We'll do this again. Birmingham, I thought would go higher from a low base, so that's a bit concerning. And Bristol City, I thought would go lower, and they've gone higher. So that's actually good news for Bristol City because they've outperformed a potential drop down. Remember, points deductions ahoy down there, affecting teams like Bristol City with Reading. I think, yeah, Reading would be, they'd be level on points. So maybe not so much, but you take my point. There we go, guys. Always good fun. Let me know which teams surprised you. And also let me know, we'll do another higher or lower series. We need to find a good point. So we're at game 23. Probably, what's half of 23? Game 36. Should we do 10 to go? Excuse me. So we'll do another higher or lower with 10 to go, and we'll make that video. We'll try and do that nice and soon for you. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know which teams surprised you. and have a lovely Christmas. Higher, lower, neither. 15 correct, 9 incorrect. I'll take it. I'm off down south with the family to eat lots and drink lots. So we will see you very soon on the channel. Thanks for watching. Over and out.